We are live. Game 2 of Day 3 of the NPA Canada Ottawa session. As you see, our beautiful championship trophy and belt.
A nice little addition, little extra cherry on top to being crowned national champion this year.
Well, any of these two teams hold that title, as we have Dynasty Sports Institute taking on Oakville Prep. We have a big game here. I am F.A. Shaka, joined by Mikias Mikri. Mikias, what should we expect in this game?
Well, when you look at both of these teams here, they are both teams that started off slow in terms of performance, in terms of record, but have looked a lot better recently, including yesterday's games for each of these teams. In the case of Oakville, they've been dealing with a lot of injury early on in the season. J-Rel Diggs going down with a hyperextended knee in their first session in Halifax, and he's one of their leading scorers in the country. So to try and fill a void like that has been a tough task for Oakville so far. And while you look at the Dynasty team, this is really an expansion team in the NPA, learning what it means to play at this level. And they've had a few players that they've recruited internationally join them a bit late, just due to immigration and papers issues. So they've been working on integrating them on the fly as the season has gone on. So, you know, when we speak about peaking at the right time, these are two teams that are hoping to live up to that as the season progresses.
Speaking of transfers, all eyes will be on that man with the ball. He just passed it off to Lucina Trayor, Abubakar Trayor. He's been a monster since we've seen him.
Yeah, he's one of those international transfers there for Dynasty that has really come in and had an impact from the get-go. Excellent defense there by Damar Dial Richards. Yesterday he had a number of blocked shots against Thetford Prep and kicks off this game with one on their first defensive possession.
Dynasty already altered 2 shots in the first 2 possessions. Dylan Gorey and Lucina Trey are both with blocks.
And something that stands out just when you look at the guys on the court right now is the size advantage that Dynasty has.
Fumble with a nice crossover, but his shot is blocked by Ron Agrawal. Arno Conan. Layup attempt doesn't get to go. Lucina Trayor with the putback doesn't get to go. Conan gets the rebound, clears it.
A lot of offensive rebounds early on for Dynasty, and that's something I think will continue just because of that size and length advantage that we mentioned.
And there's one of the guys you mentioned, Jordan Prasad. Lets it go for 3. Shot's no good. Rebound there by Marcotis Hall. Gerald Diggs kicks it out to Ron Agrawal for 3. Shot is short. Rebound is grabbed by Abubakar Trayor. And let's get this party started. Abubakar Trayor
throws it down with power with the strong right hand finish by Abubakar on the break.
If I know one thing, he is trying to assault every rim he sees.
Yeah, he does not like layups. If he's around the rim and he thinks there's even a 10% chance he can throw it down, he's going to go for it every single time.
Oakville gets his first points on the board with a nice up and under finish by Damar Dial Richards.
No, in yesterday's game for Dynasty, Abubakar Trayor really had to work hard to get inside positioning. TBA, who they were facing off, one of the few teams that can match up with Dynasty from a size perspective. But I imagine we might see a few more throwdowns here, just as outside of Damar Dial Richards, not a lot of rim protection on this Oakville squad.
Nice offensive rebound and putback by Lucina Trayor. Oakville Prep calls a timeout. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The NPA started the season on Canada's East Coast in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Big time shot, Jordan.
Our next stop was Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, stick back jams.
Then we started 2020 in Calgary, Alberta.
Up top. Oh! Two-handed alley-oop slam.
Before landing with a bang in Montreal, Quebec.
Oh!
20,000 kilometers later, our sights are now set on Ottawa, Ontario, where all 12 NPA teams battle for playoff position. The path to NPA Nationals go through our nation's capital. Time is almost up to find out who is the next man up. The NPA started this season.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA.
There's Jamal McQueen of Oakville Prep, the head coach. He's done a very good job.
Yeah, first-year NPA head coach. Seems to have his players bought into what he's doing with Oakville Prep.
Strong move by Damar. That's a block by Dylan Gorey. Jarrell open for, misses it. It's another look at it. Misses that one too.
Dynasty lucky with a major defensive lapse there, letting J-Rel Diggs have 2 clean looks at a 3 in the corner.
It's a good trap there. Arno throws it off with Jordan Prasad's legs.
I love the intensity of this one early on. Both teams applying a lot of pressure on the ball, and should lead to a ton of turnovers, and both teams having to work for what they want.
We had a lot of questions about whether Oakville Prep could, stand in there defensively.
Yeah, for them to be able to contain Dynasty this game, it will really take a full team effort, as on a one-on-one perspective, they're going to have a tough time containing the length, athleticism, and size that they're up against.
That was Malik Andra Cologne checking into the game. Prasad up the court to Grewal. Fumbles it. Ball goes off of Cologne's hands. Oakville Prep basketball. One of the spark plugs checking into the game for Dynasty, Galvin Luqueta.
Luqueta offers something on Dynasty that they don't have too much of, which is outside shooting. He's really started to pick up a quick trigger. If he catches it and he has a window space, he's going to let it fly.
Jordan Prasad swatted away by Dylan Gorey again. It's a nice pull-up jumper there by J-Rel Diggs.
Yeah, and that's something I'm going to be interested in seeing this Oakville backcourt adjust to. 2 guards in Diggs and Prasad make a living in the paint. They're going to have a tough time over the length of Dynasty.
Get it off on his first jumper. There's Jordan Prasad. Drives to the lane, kicks it out. Damar to Grewal, lets it go. Shot is short, air ball.
It looked like he did not get his legs into that one to Grewal.
It's Matthew Colombo checking in. Jabukar Traore. A little bit of a Euro left-hand finish, no good. Rebound to Oakville. There's Prasad. Up the court to Marcotis Hall. It's a layup to go.
What a pass by Jordan Prasad there. Hit Hall in stride over the length of Dynasty. Set him up for an easy 2.
There's Damar. Energy and effort.
Something we're seeing with Dynasty here. Coach Igor loves to sub early and often. Every couple minutes you'll see some new fresh legs come in to provide Dynasty with some energy.
Bubakar lets it go for 3. A shot is off. It's an area of an improvement for his game.
Yeah, still a lot of work to do on the outside shooting for Traore.
Off balance. He'd like to have that one back.
Yeah, and I think between Prasad and Diggs, they're going to have to get their mid-range game and 3-point game going if they want to fill up the score sheet. Not a lot of room to breathe in the paint.
Jarrell almost getting a hand on that, but Luqueta makes him pay.
Deep tray ball there by Luqueta. Solid 3-4 feet beyond the arc to make that one rain from three.
Prasad with the drive. Step back. Doesn't get it to go.
Good job recovering there by Traore, but excellent move by Prasad.
Boubacar Traore
Wow.
floating to the rim.
He just glides so effortlessly. You know, that from where he took off of, seemed like he had no business to throw that down, but it seemed like he thought about it for a bit before the finger roll.
Dakota Stajero in the corner. Gets that one to fall. Some good action early. Famba with midder.
Looks like Cedric Lath caught camping in the paint there, waiting for an offensive rebound while Traore was trapped baseline.
.350 left to go in this first quarter. Boubacar Traore up to Famba. Drops it off. Blocked by Prasad, but a foul was called.
It really looked like Colombo had no idea that pass was coming his way, seemed a bit surprised to catch it. But like the unselfishness there by Famba.
I like what a Boubacar Traore does when he's on the break. He gives it up early, expecting to get it back with the free run to the rim.
Yeah, that's really good to see. Sometimes you see guys, especially guys that are great in finishing in transition like Traore is, hold onto the ball too long. You know, they don't trust that their teammates will make the right decision, so they get kind of insecure in terms of giving it up and waiting for it back. But you can see Traore trusted Mfamba there.
Foul is on Cedric Lath. And that free throw attempt.
And you know, Lath is someone who, from a physical perspective, looks the part as a big man that can really make an impact inside on both ends. But he's still very raw. New to Canada from the Ivory Coast, trying to kind of skill up his game and have that ability that matches his athleticism.
Lath standing 6'10". A lot of length on this Dynasty squad. There's Damardale with a tough finish plus the foul. Love Damar being aggressive, taking it to the hole.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how he does against this big Dynasty squad as well. Dial Richards, someone who is playing up in position, more of a natural 3 or 4 man who should be playing outside. Just out of necessity is playing the center role here for Dial Richards, or for Oakville Prep rather. So to be able to see him get his offense going early with a strong take, definitely encouraging for Oakville Prep.
Gets the free throw to go. We're tied up at 11. Oh, Boubacar Traore!
Elevates out of nowhere to throw it down on Oakville Prep. What a dunk there by Traore.
He's just punishing rim after rim.
My goodness, the gym seems in shock still after that dunk by Traore.
What we talked about earlier, that rim might be assaulted this game with the lack of length on that Oakville Prep side.
Traore showing some different elements to his game here, much more than just a dunker. Nice little drop-off pass to Tumba.
Another low-scoring first quarter, but some good energy in this game, though.
Yeah, you can tell that, you know, this will be an intense game from start to finish. Both teams just feeling each other out early, it seems.
This team scrambling for the rebound. Comes away to Oakville. Tavon Sheard misses a lay-in.
Love the hustle there by Sheard, making something out of nothing, able to get Oakville possession.
It's good hustle there. And now goes to J-Roll. It's a good finish there for J-Roll Diggs.
Once again, set up by Jordan Prasad, the maestro, really able to catch his teammates when they're in scoring position.
Step back three, that's banked in by Abubakar Traore. Did he call it?
I promise you he did not call glass there, but
Good hesitation.
I like the confidence on that shot.
Okay, Damar.
You know, Damar plays so much bigger than he is. You know, a lot of that just because of the heart and hustle he puts into every play. Grabbed multiple offensive rebounds over much bigger guys there.
And a steal there for Oakville. Damar with the oop. Ooh. Tough grab and finish in the air by Damar Dell Richards.
Definitely some impressive body control and concentration to put that one through.
Igor Rigma wants to talk it over. We'll be right back.
Junior MPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and in basketball. So the blueprint tackles academic eligibility.
We are back with 1:38 left to go in this first quarter. I'm still a little bit shaken up by that Abubakar Traore dunk.
The gym is buzzing right now. I'm sure there are just a bunch of discussions going on about how no one thought he'd throw it down, but he still managed to elevate and do so.
Sina Traore. Back to Arnaud Conan. You got a 3 in the key call there. It's good defense out of the timeout there by Oakville Prep.
Yeah, Dynasty not really even able to get the ball past the three-point line there. Oakville put up a wall, and Dynasty caught on the 3 seconds there.
Side calling for the screen. To the corner. Ari Wade misses a shot. Arnaud Conan.
Might have been a travel there by Conan.
For the screen. Back to Luqueta. Goes baseline. Machina Traore for 3. A shot's off. Prasad with the rebound. Up ahead to Tavon Sheard. Gets to go. That's their style right there.
Yeah, especially when you got the size advantage or size disadvantage. You've got to push the pace anytime you get the chance.
That was a strong move there to the rim by Cologne. Gets fouled by Ari Way. Here, Igor Rigam on the bench, not too happy about missed assignments.
Yeah, it seems like he's sad. My French isn't the greatest, but from the little that I understand, I think he's disappointed.
Tavon, sheer. Almost gets the reverse layup to go.
Good contest there by Dynasty. But yeah, he seems dissatisfied with their lack of attack on offense, which is leading to a lot of transition opportunities for Oakville on the other end.
They'll find out soon enough. You got to get back on defense versus Oakville Prep. As soon as that rebound comes off, they're outletting. You got to be ready. It's a good finish there underneath by Dylan Gorey. Last shot here for Oakville Prep. Damar. Ooh! Shot is swatted by Dylan Gorey. A great first quarter here. Got a lot of more jam-packed action to come. Keep it here right with us.
Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct. As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcast, and scouting, NPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping them gain scholarship opportunities, our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level.
We are back at the start of the second quarter of game 2 of the day. Oakville Prep taking on Dynasty.
Fast-paced first quarter, a lot of transition opportunities on both ends. Definitely love the energy we've seen in this game so far.
There's J-Raw. Another 3.
Seems to be getting pretty comfortable in those corners. Second spot up 3 for J-Rel Diggs. And you know, so far early in the game, it seems like Oakville is handling the size of Dynasty pretty well on both ends, giving up a few more offensive rebounds than you'd like to see. But on the flip side, they are finding ways to get into their offense, thanks to some great off-ball movement and passing by Jordan Prasad.
That ball just goes right through the hands of Jimmy Toomba. Igor Rigam, a complete line change.
The hockey subs here, getting the full lineup off.
Not happy.
Gave those guys all but 25 seconds before subbing them all out.
Jordan Prasad met at the rim by Lucina Treyarch. Conan could not get the layup to go. There's J-Rel Diggs up the court. Prasad, swing to Granick Raw. Shot is no good. Arnaud Conan. Dangerous pass.
Not a great decision there by Arnaud Conan. Passed it right through a wall of Oakville Prep arms there. You know, the lob probably would have been a better play, or just holding on to it altogether.
Go Doyan Jeremy. Arnaud Conan. Doyan Jeremy with the take. Doesn't get it to go. Otis Hall. Ronick Raw lets it go again. Shot's no good.
There's a great closeout there by Luqueta, making Grual rush his shot a bit from the corner.
Prasad was just saying one more pass. It's good defense there by Jordan Prasad. Like seeing him take that challenge defensively.
Yeah, he is not afraid of the quicker Arnaud Conan. Keeping up with him, moving his feet well, able to force a turnover in the process.
Another line change here.
These guys got about a minute to show what they had before getting subbed out.
See if they took what Igor had to say on that short period on the bench. Prasad, pull up three, swishes it. Jordan Prasad.
Impressive shot there.
Alejandro Colon. Colombo shot's no good. Rebound, Ronald Grual.
Abubakar Traore a little bit careless there, stepping out of bounds.
A 25-20 lead here for Oakville with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Shard takes the screen. Crosses over. Loses the ball though, out of bounds. He seems to be getting by that first man rather easily. Just indecision on what he wants to do as he gets by with guys challenging those shots at the rim.
Yeah, a lot of length meeting him once he gets past that initial defender. So not only are the shots tough, but so are the passing lanes as there's arms kind of swarming around him.
Speaking of indecision, Alejandro Colon with the travel there.
You know, with all the promise that Dynasty shows, they also make a lot of mistakes that are unforced by the other team, just kind of losing concentration or not knowing what they're going to do. And that's something that you hope they can continue to polish up. They look better game by game, but still a lot of work to go in that area.
You've spoken a lot about that since Montreal. The guys just not having played enough basketball here, not really sure. They're just very raw.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking to the Dynasty coaching staff, a lot of the guys that they've recruited from the Ivory Coast spent a lot of time in camps working on skill development, but haven't got as much game action as other guys that have been playing basketball in Canada.
Andre Colon misses an open layup. Line change 3 coming very soon for Dynasty.
Definitely Igor known for making a lot of substitutions, but taking a whole different approach in this one so far. Coming in full lineups at a time.
It's a good thing to have depth, but when does it come to a point where you need to find out what rotations really work, who sticks with who as we approach nationals coming up?
Yeah, and maybe he's just taking this as an opportunity to experiment, mix and match with different combinations to see who's good and comfortable playing with who.
Grual has not been shy about letting those shots go, and he finally gets one to go. Traore, shots off. Ball tipped out, but gathered by Gavin Luqueta, who lets it go. Shot's good.
Yeah, and I love the confidence of Luqueta here. When he started playing with Dynasty in their first session in Winnipeg, every time he got the ball, it looked like he didn't know what to do with it. Now he's just thinking shot right away, and it's paid dividends.
Terrell Diggs swishes it.
Another pull-up 3 from this Oakville backcourt. Really feeling it from beyond the arc early.
Leading scorers in the NPA. Are they the best backcourt in the NPA?
Definitely on the offensive end. They've got a strong case for that. Both guys can light it up and go for 30 in any game.
Neymar with the drive. Just barely couldn't finish with the left hand.
Yeah.
Again, Dylan Gorey challenging the shot.
Yeah, he's really been a good deterrent around the rim for Dynasty. Even though the shots he doesn't block, still making life difficult.
Step back mid-range jumper by Arnaud Conan. Gerald Diggs up top. Ronick Garral for three again. It's off. Trev with the pass, Marcotis, who is fouled.
Hard foul there. I think that Traore did make a play at the ball, which is why I think the refs aren't calling that an intentional, but still a lot of contact to the head there by Traore.
Again, one of those 6'10", 7-foot guys Dynasty just has throughout you.
Again, you know, at this age, they're still kind of getting used to their body, used to the length that they have. A lot of limbs moving around, so still trying to get that under control. It could lead to plays like we just saw there.
.520 left to go in this half. Oakville Prep with a 9-point lead. As Boubacar Traore with the drive. Doesn't get it to go. Gerald Diggs with the rebound. Tavon Sheard. Travel's called.
No fouls. The last one was on last.
Boubacar Traore. Dorian Jeremy with the bad miss there. Gerald Diggs, baseline. Off of Jeremy's leg. It's been a very great showing in this first half by Oakville Prep so far.
14, it was a kick ball. 14, thank you.
It's a cut there by quarter stop from the mid-range jumper. It's off.
There you see Damar Dial Richards in the mix.
Boubacar Traore. Pump fakes. Gets a 2 to go.
Good patience there by Traore. I think he knew what the defense was thinking. They wanted to prevent the dunk. Took advantage of the pump fake and the easy
Look at
2.
instincts. It's another corner 3 by J-Rel Diggs.
J-Rel Diggs is on fire from the corners. Hit his last 3 attempts from those spots.
He can fill it up. Dwayne Jeremy. The push shot doesn't get it to go.
And as Diggs continues to hit those shots from the corner, look for those driving lanes to open up for him as well.
Assad tried to hit a spring Gerald Diggs up the court. Ball's tipped out of bounds though.
We got 5 new guys again checking in for Dynasty.
Assad, jumper, not good. Buketa with the rebound. Arnold sprinting up the court. Good pass there. To Jimmy Toomba for 2. Timeout here for Oakville Prep. 3:37 left to go in the second.
Who will be crowned national champion?
Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown.
An 8-point lead here for Oakville Prep as we enter almost the 3:30 mark in the second quarter. Prasad almost travels in. Shoots it for three. Shot's good.
Three ball continues to fall for Oakville Prep, lighting up from beyond the arc to continue to widen this gap.
Ooh, it's a hard screen there by Lucina Traore. Shots off there by Matthew Colombo. Sprints back on defense. Great hustle there.
Love the hustle there by Colombo, able to prevent the fast break.
It's Tavon Sheard working up top. It's Prasad. Sorry, excuse me, Gerald Diggs. It's stripped there by Galvin Luqueta. Ooh, tough take, but no foul call.
Like the defense there by Tavon Sheard, staying straight up, moving his feet back.
Shots off there by Galvin Luqueta. It's Gerald Diggs. Tavon Sheard. This defender go up, misses the jumper.
Not a great shot there by Sheard. A lot of time left on the clock to reset that play.
Then guys are missing shots, they're getting right back on defense, making plays other ways.
That's why you like to see both teams hunting transition baskets, but you're seeing good recovery and defense and hustle running back by both sides as well.
This is a good measuring stick test for both teams right now.
Yeah, both teams have been on the up and up all season. And to play teams that are rising and gaining momentum shows you really where you stand compared to the rest of the league.
Jumpers out, crossover. And the finish, plus the foul. Jordan Prasad.
What a move by Jordan Prasad. Nice little double crossover there. Freezes the defender, gets the lane, finishes through contact for the and one.
Jordan Prasad still unsigned.
Yeah, he's a guy who we're seeing his recruitment is starting to creep up a bit. You know, I think at initial look, college coaches don't know if he can keep up with the athleticism, physicality of the D1 level, but he's shown that he's up to the task. Great feel for the game, great playmaking, natural scorer, and he is a competitor. You know, he's been
That was a great block there by Damar Dale Richards, but a foul was called on Tavon Sheard.
Yeah, with Prasad, he's always up to the task, afraid of no challenge, and he's a guy who I think is more than ready to contribute at that level.
Ball's just thrown away there by Matthew Colombo. Just Jordan Prasad. Stripped by our No Conan. He's got George Famba. Ooh. Foul called on Damar. Looked like he got a piece of the ball, but I guess that was hand.
Yep, some ball, some arm on that play there, but still, nice contest by Dial Richards. Famba definitely thought he had an easy dunk there. Now he's got to earn him at the line. You know,
First free throw's been off.
And the fact that Dynasty only at 28 points here with less than 2 minutes to go in the half, a testament to the strong interior defense we're seeing by Oakville Prep, really led by Damar Dial Richards, who is always a presence on the defensive end around the rim.
That second free throw was good to go by George Famba, who's been very quiet in this game.
Yeah, he's been having a hard time to get loose, and I wonder if these short shifts are getting to him. He's usually a guy who takes a little bit of time to get comfortable when he gets on the court.
Jordan Prasad. Another tough take and finish.
He has been incredible in this first half, showing that he can create his own shot while keeping his teammates involved all throughout.
Dangerous pass here by Boubacar Traore, which goes out of bounds. Oakville prep ball.
And Prasad, really a guy who excels at making tough shots. So even though he's getting swarmed every time he gets the ball, he's answered the call every time.
Screen set by Marco Gasol. Drive again. And dish to Tavon. Sheared. Back out to Ari Way. Mid-range pull-up is off. Boubacar Traore with the rebound as he sprints up the court. Was that a shot or pass that found its way into George Famba's hands?
I think Abubakar was thinking dunk on that play. Sheared did a good job contesting that. Dynasty fortunate enough to have it fall into Famba's hands.
Malik, il fait ça chaque fois pour revenir à gauche, à chaque fois. Les deux actions la même fois. Il a fait la même chose. Il est passé, il est revenu, il a fini là-bas. Et il l'a mis encore.
First free throw is good. Hopefully this gets him going into the second half.
Yeah, Famba, a guy with a pure shooting stroke, both from the line and the perimeter. And we saw this in yesterday's game as well. He had a very quiet first half, but exploded in the second. So let's see if he can do something similar here.
Set up the court to Tavon Sheared. Crosses over, steps back, passes it. Marco Gasol. It's stripped there by Matthew Colombo. Strong take to the rim, gets fouled.
Love the aggressiveness on both ends there by Matthew Colombo. Active hands, strips the ball handler, then takes it coast to coast to draw the foul.
I like that he hasn't been getting his shot to fall from the corners. It's nice to see him do something different.
Yeah, usually more of a spot-up shooter. Agree with you there, F.A. Did a good job of trying to mix it up a bit, find easier looks to get himself going.
This is both free throws, but Dynasty gathers the rebound. Lets it fly, and the shot is airballed.
It's like those free throws did not get him going there, as that one was well short.
It's a rush shot as well. .25 seconds left. Jordan Prasad asking for another screen. Nails it. Cannot go underneath that screen.
This has been an impressive display of offense by Jordan Prasad, scoring in a number of different ways, driving, pulling up, spotting up. He's really done it all.
And hounding Dynasty right there is Jordan Prasad.
Yeah, that two-way impact is what you like to see. Not getting too happy, not getting complacent with hitting that three, making the ball handlers work on the other end as well.
Got 4 seconds left this half. Inbound to Colombo. Boubacar Traore is fouled. It's a bad foul there.
Yep. With the clock on your side, as Oakville Prep had there, the last thing you want to do, especially when in bonus, is give them an opportunity to get 2 easy ones at the line.
Boubacar hits the first. And the second. Shots up, but no good. Oakville Prep leads by 15 points heading to the second half. Stay right here with us. We'll be right back.
North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. NPH works in partnership with the community, including the national provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The NPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the NPH family. Starting with our foundation, that is the Junior NPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and in basketball. The blueprint tackles academic eligibility, self-reflection, assessment, goal setting, and brand management, all aspects necessary to become a professional on and off the court. The NPH Showcase Circuit takes place from April to December in a player-focused environment, while the Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct. As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcast, and scouting, NPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping them gain scholarship opportunities, our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level by joining the North Pole Hoops family and enter the blueprint.
Who will be crowned national champion?
And Jacoby's going to try to measure this one up, looking for a made-to-measure suit.
Fourth quarter of action is brought to you by Indochino, where right now, using promo code HOOPS, you can get a custom-made, made-to-measure suit. And a number of our coaches get fitted up, 10 showrooms across Canada, 6 of them where we have teams in the NPA. Match made in heaven, Indochino and the NPA.
Indochino, the national sponsor of the NPA. We are excited to have you as a sponsor. We're excited for what you're doing and what your brand brings to our league. The prestige of your brand, the prestige of our league from coast to coast.
The guys at Indochino were amazing when I got fitted. I can't thank you guys enough.
Indochino making me look good, that's all I gotta say. It's not always an easy task. Very grateful that you guys are taking care of me and having me look a little bit better.
I really thank you for putting the time in and believing in what we're doing with the young men and just, again, establishing ourselves in not only the basketball community, but the community that we live in.
Thank you, Indochino.
He has this like ferociousness to his game, this wanting to take the opponent's heart out. That, you know, it sounds really vulgar, but that's what it is. Like, that's what the elite guys, they compete in that sense. And I think that's what Addison has. It's that killer instinct that sets him apart.
My name is Addy Patterson, the #1 player in the country. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always putting work in. I always had a goal, I always had a dream. Spending countless hours in the gym. If I couldn't get in the gym, I was outside hooping on the outside courts, doing whatever I could just to make it out and make a better way for my family and my loved ones. You know, as I grow and play basketball more and more, start to have more and more workouts throughout the days, 2-a-days, 3-a-days, it's getting more important to take care of my body. I've really gotten better at the recovery part of basketball and getting proper rest and you know, really the off-the-court stuff that prepares me when it's time to go train or play that game. I'm taking care of my body and making sure I'm well prepared. You know, I've been really just trying to get in the gym with guys that are at that next level, NBA players, D1, high major athletes, really just trying to prepare myself and push myself and not be comfortable.
My name's Roderick Patterson. I'm Addison's father.
My name is Jackie Patterson, and I'm Addison's mom. Addison, ever since he was a baby, he's always been a super sweet, calm, kind soul, and he's still the same way now.
When he first started playing basketball, I mean, he was determined even from dribbling to be a perfectionist.
He's just always been really competitive and sets huge goals. I knew he was going to be something really special.
Whether it was raining outside, snowing, morning, night, he was always outside. Always training.
My name is Leah Patterson, and I'm Addie's little sister.
I'm Elijah Patterson, and I'm Addie's little brother. He's amazing. He helps us out with a lot of stuff, even when he's not home, because he's like at school a lot in America. Like, we still call each other, and we're still in touch. Like, he's a really good older brother. I think he's gonna make it really far.
I think he's gonna do really good too, and I think he's gonna reach to go into a higher level and go into the NBA.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I work here at Big House Cuts. I've been Addie's barber for a few years now. From we knew him, he was about 11. He was quiet, always quiet, didn't say much. The only time I've ever seen him show like much emotion is when I see videos of him playing basketball.
What separates Addison Patterson from the rest of the class?
Well, I think the size for position. He now stands at 6'7" and is a scoring guard. He can be played as a 2 or a 3. You know, he's very versatile in his scoring ability. He could start from the perimeter, usually operates from the 45 angles when he starts his penetration. And he had this innate killer instinct.
We are back in the second half, game 2 of the day. Oakville Prep leading by 15.
Yeah, that first half really all Oakville on both ends, doing a good job of playing swarming defense and attacking in transition. But Dynasty's been here before, entered TBA's game, second half in a similar position, and they were able to turn that into a one-possession game. So let's see if they got some more magic in them in this one.
Came back by as much as down 21 yesterday versus TBA.
Yep, 15 shouldn't be anything for him here.
I know Igor preaches effort, energy. I'm sure there'll be more of that in the second half.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see what he does from a rotation perspective here. You know, now that he's had a chance to see everyone get some playing time and the opportunity to jump into the game, let's see if he has a bit of a tighter rotation and plays the guys who really prove themselves in that first half.
It's fun with a good look. Just off.
Yeah, I'd like to see him take that the first time.
Not hesitate.
You know, hesitation will always disrupt your rhythm as a shooter.
We're all shuffling the feet there. Called for a travel. Right idea.
Yeah, he saw the defender closing out a bit aggressively, but just kind of shuffled the feet on the drive.
Sarno. Floater's blocked by Grual. Lucina picks up a rebound. Goes up and gets fouled.
Lucina Traore had himself a good game yesterday, looking a bit quieter in this one so far. Not as active on the offensive glass and really hasn't been able to get it to go on those finishes either.
So Matthew Colombo playing a little game with Grual and Gerald Diggs, listening to what they have to say.
No, he's got a really good stroke for his size. Still a bit raw in other aspects. When you have athleticism, size, and shooting,
awesome. Jordan Prasad.
Definitely something you can work with.
It's a good contest there by Lucina. Zubukar on the break and punches it with 2 feet.
What a
Plus
finish.
the foul.
As if the defender wasn't even there, just powers right through him, throws it down.
Again, assaulting rims. Free throw short though. Like the aggression Dynasty's coming out and playing with so far.
Yeah, coming out with fire, already starting to cut into this lead a little bit here.
So cutting Grual. So cutting Marcotis Hall. He gets stripped. 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Great anticipation there by Traore. Saw the pass coming, able to swat it away just in time.
See Dynasty can come away with another stop. Jordan off screen, lets it go. Shot's no good. Rebound to George Famba. Loses the handle.
Famba really struggling in this one so far. You can see he's second guessing himself. First that kind of hesitated three-point shot a bit earlier in this one. Now just kind of dribbling in through traffic. Not a play you'd usually see Famba make.
Gerald Diggs on the drive. No good.
And once again, it's Damar Dial Richards who comes away with the rebound in traffic, fighting against guys stronger than him, taller than him, longer than him. But of course, yet again, he's the one who comes away with the ball.
It's the energy he brings. Dynasty with already 14 fouls in this third quarter.
It looks like we've got 7 total fouls between the two teams, only a minute and a half into the quarter. Refs seem to have tightened up the whistle a little bit, calling the game a bit more tight.
It's Arnaud Conan with the oop of Boubacar Traore.
Great vision there by Arnaud Conan. Finds Abubakar lurking baseline who soars in for the two-handed flush.
Jordan Prasad with the drive and gets fouled.
And that's what, 3 monster dunks for Mr. Traore in this one already?
We've seen like 6 or 7 so far.
He is just a walking highlight reel with his flair for the moment. And Oakville Prep is already in the bonus, less than 2 minutes into the quarter. Their aggressiveness being rewarded with some free throws here.
A little over-aggressiveness by Dynasty right now.
Yeah, I think that the aggressiveness they're playing with has helped them come back and kind of claw into this lead a little bit, but with 8 minutes to go in bonus already, this could come back to haunt them.
Gotta play with your feet, not your hands, right?
That's what the coaches say.
Another lob, just tipped away. Colombo steals it. It's Boubacar, spins, lays it in. A warning given to Damar there.
I think the ref is saying he flopped a little bit there. It seemed like there was contact to me. Thought that was a fair play, but ref didn't buy it.
Seems like Abubakar is turning on that next gear. Another foul there for Dynasty. Foul there on Dylan Gorey. Very choppy start this third quarter. Damar gets both free throws to go.
Dial Richards is a guy who put in a lot of work in his shot and the mechanics around it over the past year or so, and it's already paying dividends. You know, we saw him yesterday knocking down a few threes. Now he makes it count from the line.
Arnaud to Colombo. It's Prasad. To the corner. Go all. 3 plus the foul. Count it.
Excellent concentration there by Grual. Able to keep his eyes on the rim on that release. Rewarded with a 4-point play.
That's just terrible by Dynasty.
And that's smart basketball by Grual. He saw that Dynasty had no one in for the rebound. Missed the free throw intentionally. Knows 2 is more than 1. Made it work there. So that's really a 5-point play for Oakville.
He cut up missing the 3. There's Gerald Diggs. There's Jordan Prasad leaking out. The pass goes off Dylan Gorey's back. Boubacar's fouled there by Marco Gasol.
And now,
Dynasty just out of sorts, not even being set up for the free throw attempt.
yeah, and now that's just, you know, you gotta put some of that on the coach there. Called his guys over for a huddle, even though it was an and one. The refs have no obligation to wait, and Dynasty burned on that play.
Dynasty turns it over. Jordan Prasad for three. Short, gets his own rebound. Spins, passes to Damar, who's blocked. Gerald for three. That's good.
J-Rel,
Green lights.
He's showing that it's not just the corners that he can light it up from. Nice three above the break there. Extends this Oakville lead to 19. Biggest lead of the ball game for them.
This game could get out of hand. There's Boubacar for two.
And you know, going into this game, we had a lot of questions about how Oakville Prep would be able to handle the length and athleticism of Dynasty. They've answered the question with shooting from beyond the arc.
Prasad fouled from three.
Another foul beyond the arc by Dynasty, and that's the worst thing you can do is foul a jump shooter. A, because if they're shooting it from three, chances are they're good free throw shooters, and B, that's a high difficulty shot there.
You're not blocking that shot.
It's so hard to block a jump shot without contact, so might as well just contest as well as you can and just hope that they don't go in. You know, even the best three-point shooters shoot at about a 35-40% clip from beyond the arc. So, you know, it's not a lock to fall anyways.
Some mental lapses here by Dynasty. First not being set for the free throw, fouling Grohoff for a three.
Yeah, and
now
you know,
Prasad.
This is a team, when you look at them, you know, they seem like a pretty competitive squad, and they look like they're better than their 3-7 record. But it's really mistakes like that that cost them. And when you look at the game log, you'll see they lost a number of close ones. It's because of just mental lapses.
This Famba to the post. Fadeaway jumper, doesn't get it to go.
Yeah, he just hasn't had it today.
Nope. Makoto Saab takes a mid-range jumper. That's off. Dylan Gorey with the rebound. There's Boubacar. It's the freight train himself. That layup attempt is off. That's Prasad. Slows it down.
Dial Richards, one of the few guys that can keep up with him athletically.
Count it plus the foul. J-Rel Diggs. That backcourt is just in attack mode right now.
You know, Diggs has been lighting it up from beyond the arc so far. Defenders rushed to close out on that one there, and he took advantage.
Dynasty calls a timeout. 5:12 left in the third. We'll be right back.
The National Preparatory Association started 4 years ago, born by the desire of basketball coaches, many of which were outside of Southern Ontario, to provide a different option than traditional high school competition for elite-level basketball talent. The goal was simple: create a platform for Canadian student athletes to give them the best opportunity to earn scholarships for post-secondary education through the game of basketball. Since then, the MPA has grown to provide the best basketball exposure available at the high school level anywhere in the world. We do this by live streaming 90% of the league's nearly 100 games on our North Pole Hoops YouTube channel.
It's a strong replay there by Boubacar Traore on that alley-oop dunk from Arnaud Conan. Boubacar with about 3 or 4 dunks in this game.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for Dynasty in this one so far, as the game is starting to get a bit out of hand here. But athleticism and great play on display by Boubacar, who's been flushing it all game.
Gerald hits the free throw to convert the 4-point play. Fumba to Arnaud for 3. That shot's good.
And you know, we saw in last game by Dynasty, when the game was starting to fall out of hand, it was Arnaud Conan who stepped up for them. Let's see if he has it in him tonight as well.
What we're seeing now is a lot of three-point shot attempts by Oakville. Even on misses, though, they're getting the long rebounds, second opportunities.
Yeah, and you know, it's just the fundamentals aren't quite there for Dynasty. So on a three-point shot, typically there tends to be a long rebound. But on most of these attempts, they seem to just rush towards the rim and see the rebound soar right over their heads.
The travel there by Arnaud.
Yeah, move the feet before you put the ball down there. Easy call for the ref who was right beside him.
It's Tavon Shear checking into the game.
Shear, the guy who provided great energy for Oakville off the bench early in this one. They started off a bit slow, but he was leaking out and making things happen in transition.
J-Row. Shot is off from the corner. Boubacar with the rebound. There's Luqueta for three. It's off. Boubacar with the rebound. And put back. Look at him swim right back on defense.
No, even though Ariwe did a good job of boxing out there, Boubacar just too athletic, soared right over him for that offensive rebound.
Boubacar skying high for that rebound. Looking for a foul, doesn't get it. There's Tavon Sheard by himself, lays it in.
Some impressive defense there by Dial Richards, one of the few guys with quick enough feet and athleticism to keep up with Traore on those drives.
Shots off. Boubacar gets the rebound, puts it back up again for two. He's trying to will Dynasty back into this game right now.
Yeah, you can tell he's just a fierce competitor and he does not like being down big.
Gerald Diggs with the answer.
Just when it looked like he was starting to cool off from beyond the arc, nice pull-up three. Extend this Dynasty lead, or this Oakville lead, rather.
Arnaud, pull-up. Doesn't get it to fall. Gerald Diggs with the rebound. Oakville just looking to sprint every single time they get the rebound. That shot's off by Tavon Sheard. There's Boubacar. To Famba. It's a lane to go.
Keeps it simple. 2 points are 2 points, especially when you've been struggling like Famba has. Got to just take the points as you can.
It's Prasad. Isolating, driving baseline. Passes it. Damar. Gets fouled. Dynasty's having some trouble just keeping their hands straight.
Yeah, the fouls continue to pile up for Dynasty, and each one so costly, as Oakville Prep has a number of really strong free throw shooters all across the roster.
Love how Oakville's kept up the pressure.
No, something that's important if you want to be an upper echelon team is to keep your foot on the gas at all times. You know, there's a lot of talent in this league, and if you let up even for a couple of minutes, that could give teams the momentum that they need to get back into a ball game.
Oakville extending their lead to 26 points. Luqueta with the drive. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Oakville Prep basketball.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Luqueta take that shot from the corner. You know, he still doesn't have much of an off the dribble game at this level,
Oh my goodness, Jordan Prasad. Another rebound by Abubakar Traore. Sprints up the court. Free run to the rim. Just lays it in. Jordan Prasad. It's a screen. Just weaving his way through. The layup is no good. Abubakar Traore, ball. Strong take plus the foul.
Another impressive coast-to-coast drive by Traore there. Seems like he's the only guy on Dynasty really fighting. Hasn't given up yet. No lead is insurmountable to him.
The rest of the guys need to get on his level right now.
Yeah, you know, you hope that it can be contagious and catch on. So far, that hasn't been the case, but still a lot of ball game left.
Steven Shirk, oh my goodness, behind the back dribble, shots off. Prasad called for the reach.
Light, 23.
Not a great foul there by Prasad.
See Abubakar trying what he can do to try and bring Dynasty back in this game. Who else can help him on this Dynasty squad? Offensively.
Seems like that's a question Igor is asking himself.
Abubakar with the steal. Drives it behind the back, pass to Malik Andre Cologne. Count it. Oh, just rims out.
So like to see what Cologne did there. Did a good job of running his lane, ready for the pass. And that ball just rolls out. Still rewarded with the free throws. There's a couple chances to try and chip away at this lead here.
I love how he's still cheering on his guys.
Yeah, I know that's something that Coach Igor preaches. Regardless of the score, regardless of how much time's left in the game, he wants all of his guys to bring that energy and positive.
Jero, good job. And finish.
Nice
that was too easy for Jero. Abubakar. Sit on the body. He'll be going to the free throw line.
6.
And now these fouls starting to add up for Oakville as well. Hasn't hurt them too much as they are still up 21, but could burn them if some of their key guys get into foul trouble.
Form is looking a lot better on those free throws.
Yeah, even if he can just improve that free throw shooting.
It's good defense there by Luqueta. Oh! And a hard fall as his team rushes to pick him up. But Tavon Sure gets right back up.
And once again, although that was a hard foul, did seem like a basketball play. Cedric made a play for the ball, or sorry, Lassire made a play for the ball. There was contact on the play, so I think that the refs are calling that a personal foul, and I have to agree with them.
The second free throw is good for Tavon Sheard, extending the Oakville Prep lead to 21 points with just 20 seconds left to go in this quarter. Dynasty will hold for the last shot. Right now, Renaud just throws the ball away, expecting Abubakar to be in a certain spot. Oakville has 8 seconds to see if they can make something out of this. See if Gerald can get a good look here. Step back three is off. At the end of the third, Oakville Prep leads 78-57. We'll be right back for more NPA action.
Indochino to me is a million guys getting a million suits, and each one is different. I think the value is the quality is undeniable in terms of the suit that you'll get, and the fabric and style selection is second to none.
I think when someone puts on a suit, they take on almost a different personality, and they feel comfortable in their skin and who they are, and they feel good. Doesn't matter where you're going, what event you're going to, but everyone feels good in a suit.
I think a lot of what we do is kind of going against the grain, so to speak. Bespoke, made to measure, custom was traditionally only in store. We were the first to bring it online, and as we went through that journey, we really felt that in order to connect with the consumer, we needed to give them true options, really provide a service and an engaging experience that customers would enjoy and remember.
Indochino is a custom-made experience, but with off-the-rack prices. You are in control. So you come on in, you choose what sort of material you're pursuing, choose what sort of print or patterns you really want to try out overall. From there, you pick out what kind of customizations you want to bestow upon these lovely garments, measure you up, and you get to express what you want, tighter, looser, longer, shorter, so everything sits on you as you want. We do everything all in one for you.
We give a 100% made-to-measure product. So it's very sort of individual and very personalized. It's for them. It's their suit.
Seeing them in their final suit just kind of makes it worth it at the end of it, because you spent time with them, and you know, whether they wear suits every day or this is their first suit, it's exciting. Like, you help them build that and it's theirs.
It's really that ability to create a one-of-a-kind garment that allows us to be in front of many different demographics. I think one of the most interesting things that's happened these past few years is
as we are about to start the fourth quarter here, I want to see what Oakville does the first 5 minutes of the game. Do they let up or keep the pressure?
Based on what we've seen so far, I expect them to come out hard and try and wrap this game up early, but there's a reason we play the games. You never know what's going to happen.
Jordan Prasad driving. Up and under move. Doesn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Gets it to go. He's had an excellent game.
Yeah, Prasad has been in attack mode from the get-go, calling his own number a bit more than we usually see, but that's only helped open up passing lanes as defense has to collapse and try and contain him.
Shot there by Arnaud Conan is off. Abubakar gets the rebound, puts it back in.
You know, when someone can leap as high as Abubakar can, you got to watch
Daryl Richards with the punch!
Damar Dial Richards. Big time finish.
Good move by Arnaud Conan, which is blocked though by Damar.
Not just you. Yeah, you gotta come up. J-Rail, you're in the back. Run it. You're on the wing.
Jimmy Toomba for two. Jordan Prasad drives, kicks it out, stole. Abubakar, slow it down. Cross-court pass to Matthew Colombo. Shots off. Abubakar with another offensive rebound. Misses it. Lucina Trayor. It's ball ripped away by Jordan Prasad.
It's a nice strong play by Prasad. Put his two hands in there and took the ball right out of Lasier's hands.
He's had his imprints all over this game.
On both ends, really. You know, usually Prasad, when we think about someone like him, it's usually the offensive end that we're talking about. You know, how he's setting up others, how he's scoring. But the defense has been what stood out the most for me here, as he's taken on the challenge of locking up whoever he's covering, and he's been keeping up pretty well so far on that end.
He's trying to make his claim as one of the top guards in the nation right now. He's come out with a point to prove.
Yeah, and when you talk about top unsigned guys in the country, Prasad is definitely someone who comes to mind, and he's looking to change that in a hurry.
Miguel Doyon Jeremy checking into the game for Colombo. Cortisol with the ball. Drives. Shot's no good. Abubakar with another rebound. He sprints up the court. Bounce pass to Jimmy Tumba, but a travel's called.
Got extra step there by Tumba. Ref right behind him. Had a clear view at that.
Gerald. Back. Jordan Prasad. It's closed off. J-Rel Diggs, step back jumper. How sweet it is, J-Rel Diggs.
You know, Jordan Prasad on record saying that him and Diggs make the best backcourt in the country. So far, they're living up to that claim. 2 really good games from the 2 of them so
Jimmy
far.
Tumba with the offensive rebound and putback. I mean, 2 of the top scorers in all of the nation. I haven't seen anything thus far to dispel that notion. Jordan Prasad for 3. Shots off. Abubakar skying up top and puts it in. Thought he's about to just dunk on someone right there.
And his ability to just rise with little gather needed never gets old.
Throw off for 3 again. That's off. Abubakar, another rebound. Kicks it up to Jimmy Tumba, outletting. For 2, plus the foul.
Good job by Tumba there to watch his footwork. Near travel, but is able to get the gather step in before he picked up the ball.
Timeout, White.
Jamal McQueen wants to talk it over with Oakville. We'll be right back.
3 seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacoby Neath!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces.
He tried to send that one to Banff.
Making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level.
Dunk me!
Some will see their dreams come true.
Need some juice.
And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA family.
Oh, killing time. Alan Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the NPA on notice.
Now, new names will emerge.
Setting the NPA on fire.
With the same passion of those that came before them. And to them we say, next man up. 3 seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacoby Neath!
Thousands of kilometers over 8.
We are back. 6:38 left in the 4th. Oakville coming out of a timeout. Strong play there by Damar Dale Richards with a powerful dunk. He's been impressive all game today.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of room to get out in the open like he was there, but he's been making an impact on the boards with his rim protection and some strong finishes around the rim.
The length hasn't seemed to bother him as much. He's had no problem driving in, finishing. J-Rel Diggs, another 3-pointer.
And they continue to give him space and room to breathe on the perimeter.
Move. and gets fouled.
You know, with the hot shooting that we've seen from J-Rel, you'd think that there'd be better contests and more of a proactive approach to try and contend those three-point shots, but they're leaving him open to let it fly, and he's making them pay every time.
He seems like the perfect fit next to Jordan Prasad.
Yeah, more of a score-first guy than Prasad, which helps them complement each other well, and the fact that he can fill it out from beyond the arc while also make some good cuts on both transition and half-court offense gives Prasad a guy that he can kick it out to at will.
Rebound there by Marco Gasol. Prasad.
Excellent pass there by Prasad, feeding Damar Dial Richards, who
shot is blocked.
Yep, nearly got to go, but met at the rim by Cedric Lath.
Gerald Diggs to Marco Gasol. Back to Gerald Diggs. He's feeling it right now.
And although he got called for the foul, Jeremy has the right idea there for Dynasty. Was way up on J-Rel Diggs, even though he was well beyond the arc. Can't give him an inch to let it fly with how hot he's been shooting today.
Jordan Prasad coming off screen. Marco Gasol for three. Gets the extra bounce. Gets to go.
Been that kind of day for Oakville Prep, especially from beyond the arc. Shooting around 50% on those looks.
Arno with the good pass inside to Cedric Lath. It's tied up though.
And once again, Damar Dial Richards makes a play in the paint on the defensive end, gets his hands on that ball, and forces the refs to call a jump.
This is definitely one of the best games I've seen him play this season.
Yeah, he is a guy who is a low-maintenance, high-impact player.
He's taking the challenge right now defending Abubakar Traore. Look at him.
And one of the things I like about him is, even though he plays center for Oakville Prep, he really is a forward. More comfortable playing on the wing, 3 or 4. So it's really nothing for him to cover a guy like Traore, who does a lot of his work on the perimeter.
Good contest there by Marco Gasol. Dunked there by Cedric Lath.
And you see there one of the reasons why Oakville Prep has Dial Richards play inside and play the 5 more often. He's the only guy who can really rebound consistently and protect the rim.
Back out to Marco Gasol. Jab step. Kicks it out for Assad for a deep 3. Shot is off. Colombo with the rebound. Out to Abubakar. Powers his way through. See Jamal McQueen asking for a sub there. Tavon Sheard entering the game. .450 left to go in the 4th quarter. Arnaud with the mid-range gets the fall.
A quiet game for Arnaud Conan here today. Not really able to get much going, and I think it's a lot of that's because of the guy who has the ball right now, Jordan Prasad, really locking him up on D. And that Damar Dial Richards shot, really errant, and I think a lot of that because of Abubakar Traore. Something that stood out to me in this game in particular about the man whose game continues to grow is that he has some great instincts as a help defender. He's jumped the gap a ton of times and gotten the right position out of the help.
Prasad there with another rebound and a skip pass to Damar.
When you talk about threading the needle, I don't know how that pass made it across into the hands of Dial Richards.
That was on a string. Jamal McQueen giving me a look like, you can make that pass. That is him.
Truly is a magician with the ball in his hand sometimes.
Car call for the screen, showing some dribble moves. Arnaud with the off-bounds jumper. Dynasty in the penalty again. They might have been in the penalty every quarter of this game.
Yep, and in all of these quarters, relatively early on, did they get into the penalty, with the last quarter being only 2 minutes into it.
I think with Dynasty, I'd say the arrow is pointing up for them. They still need a lot of time to get together, put the pieces in the right spot. But there's good foundational tools there.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, they are starting to run out of time to put it together this season, with nationals taking place in less than a month. But when you look at this roster, you'll see most of these guys are set to return. You know, they should only be able to grow and continue to build as a unit.
So Arnaud with 8 seconds. Spins, weaving his way through, mid-range, back with the rim. Reset. There's a Boubacar. Mid-range. A shot's off to Cedric Lath with a strong rebound. Count it. Damar hanging on his arm.
And, you know, Lath still extremely raw as an offensive player. But that's a couple plays where you see what he can do at this stage in his game. He's just bigger and stronger than most guys at this level, able to use his body to get good positioning, get those offensive rebounds, and put it into the hoop.
This is the free throw. Prasad with another rebound. Definitely working on a double-double. Triple-double? What do you think?
You know, when we get this stat sheet, I would not be surprised to see yet another triple-double for Jordan Prasad.
Galvin Luqueta pulls it back out. Arnaud calls for the screen. There's a oop! And it's thrown down by Boubacar Traore.
These two really have formed a great connection on those plays. Arnaud Conan really monitoring the baseline to find Traore lurking to finish that one.
Damar shots off. There's a Boubacar on the break. Strong move and a finish.
He just makes it look so easy.
Traveler on Oakville.
His ability to change directions on the fly, improvising, maneuver around the defender and then explode right over them. He really is a special player in open space.
Dynasty trying to make a last cinched effort. There's Arnaud. Shots way off.
He had a lot of time to get that one off and a lot of space. Surprised to see him miss so badly there.
Prasad. Excuse me, Prasad. 14-point game here with 2:17 left to go in this game.
Yeah, Dynasty making some headway into this lead, but seems like it might be another case of too little too late, as there's only 2 minutes left.
Streaking down the court to Matthew Colombo. Reverse finish. .12-point game here. Dynasty almost falling asleep there. Looks like Abubakar's taking on the matchup of Jordan Prasad.
Yeah, you can tell the competitor in him is taking this personally.
Drive by Damar. Strong layup attempt and gets fouled.
Yeah, he can really make plays from the perimeter. Not afraid to put it on the floor. He's got a pretty explosive first step. Blows past Lath and draws the foul.
Right there you see Mikey Reynolds of Halifax Prep just walking into the gym. So like playing right after this for his GTA Prep. Both teams looking to get on the winning side.
Yeah, tough start for both squads there. Losing their games pretty handily, but got a chance to make up for it in this next game, kicking off at 2 p.m. Eastern.
No Conan. Matthew Colombo. Gavin Lucetta for three. It's in front of the rim. Good look. Ooh. Oh, and a hard foul again by Lucina Traore. I'm not sure there's much of a contest on that one.
I was going to say, as someone who's defended his first 2 hard fouls, that one felt like it might be called unsportsmanlike, as he just kind of went straight for the body there.
Hope Jordan's okay.
I think the referees made the right call there, going with the unsportsmanlike call.
Player safety is something the league is a big proponent of.
Yeah, and referees understanding that they play a role in that as well. So good to see them go with the unsportsmanlike play there, just to set a precedence that you do have to make a play on the ball and have a reasonable chance of getting it.
Prasad knocks on both free throws. Extends Oakville lead to 15.
And it looks like Coach McQueen is taking out Prasad here after a big fall like that and having this kind of lead. Definitely understand taking the cautious approach and letting him rest up for the next game tomorrow.
And he's battled some injuries during the season as well. There's no point in having him here or on the court these last few minutes. Gavin Lucetta. Shots off. Abubakar. Rebound and put back once again.
Hasn't been Lucetta's day. He's fallen short on a lot of threes he's launched in this one.
Damar showing his handle. That was very impressive by Damar Dial Richards.
Yeah, taking on the pressure that Abubakar was applying with no sweat. Able to take it pretty much coast to coast on that one. Stayed under control. protected the ball, drew the foul.
And he's going to have to show that at the next level. He can put the ball on the floor.
As big as he can play here, he's going to have a hard time playing center at the next level. And as I've mentioned a few times, he is a natural forward playing up at the 5 position. So whenever he gets the chance to show that aspect of the game, good to see him put it on display as he did there.
Second free throw to go, and he comes off the court. Well-earned rest for Damar.
Damar Dial Richards had himself a heck of a game on both ends.
That foul on that or no drive is called before the shot on a Johnny Morales.
Texas.
45 seconds left to go. It's Quentin Hassel up top. It's Makai Richards fouled there by Matthew Colombo.
Yeah. And with the game set to wind down, Oakville Prep has to be feeling good about how they performed here on this Friday afternoon. They came into the tournament or into the session with a lot to prove. You know, as they've spent much of the season playing a man down or a couple men down from an injury point of view. They've got their full roster here in Ottawa and came out set to prove that they can hang with the competitors at the top for the NPA championship. And 2 games in, they've seemed like the real deal with a pair of blowout wins against Dynasty and Thetford yesterday.
And they'll have their biggest test tomorrow versus Canada Top Flight, led by Tony House.
And Canada Top Flight, another team that came into Ottawa with a lot to prove. They've had a bit of a slower start than usual to this season, but they've also been pretty red hot here in Ottawa so far with a 2-0 start in the session as well.
Had a huge victory versus Edge yesterday.
Yeah, Edge, the team that handed them their first loss of the season in game number 1 of the session in Calgary. So good to see CTA get some revenge on their home court yesterday.
They seem to be peaking at the right time.
That's really what you've got to do. You know, there was some turnover on the CTA roster this year. Key pieces like Dragon Stajic moving on to the next level. So just a bit of an adjustment period to figure out who they are moving into this season.
Thank you for joining us. Oakville Prep wins game 2 of today, 97-85. We'll be right back. The GTA Prep versus Halifax Prep for more NPA action. Stay with us.